My family was from Michigan. We were in a farm between Cascade and Alaska, Michigan, east of Grand Rapids. And we had a dairy farm, and I'd get up at 4:30 in the morning to help milk cows. We always my brother lit the stove, and I put the water on for oatmeal. We had oatmeal or cornmeal every day. No such thing as cornflakes in those days. My dad had sinus so bad that he just suffered in the wintertime, so we came back to Florida in 1948. When I was in high school, the agricultural class is called Future Farmers, and I had to have a project. So my project was a nursery. In order to qualify for the state farmer degree, you had to have a value of your project worth over $1,000. So I propagated plants, and I had plants worth well over $1,000. So I qualified and got my state farmer degree in 1951. Then I went in the service for a couple of years, as a paratrooper, and then came back and went back to work for the same company in Fort Lauderdale. It was called Gardens Incorporated. And then I got married in September of '59, and we got back from our honeymoon, and my wife woke me up. She said, "Why aren't you going to work this morning?" I said, "Nope, I think I'll go into business for myself." So we lived on her $50 or so a week for a year while the business was getting established. But it's turned out quite well. We had $135 to start with from wedding gifts. My brother was available, so he came in as a partner for about 30 years. And my three other brothers became available, and so they worked mostly our maintenance work. Some of them, sometimes they helped in the nursery, but mostly they did the maintenance on the equipment because we had quite a few trucks. And so it was just natural to be, having had a family farm, it was natural to have a family nursery. Over the years, we hired dozens of young kids to work in the nursery and even go on landscape. My brother and I were trying to find a name. You could say it Cornelius and Gordon or Neil and Gordon or something like that. And Dad says, "Well, your mom and Dad were born in Holland, Michigan, and that's famous for wooden shoes, so that's the best name you could come up with." So that's where the name Wooden Shoe came from. We do large developments, like the Minto Company has a large development up in Wellington called Olympia. It's about almost 4,000 homes. We've been working on it for 5 years. We've got about another year and a half to go. And that we've done about 6 big projects for them over the last 30 years. In addition to that, I love to design landscaping. So I design homes and shopping centers or whatever, not mostly shopping centers, homes and small buildings. And then we implement the landscaping. And that's very rewarding to me. I love it. That's why I'm still, at my age, I'm still doing it. And besides, it's a service. You give service to people, and I love to give service. We had tours here at the nursery for about 15 years. When our children I had 4 children and my brother had 3 children. And when they went into kindergarten, we decided to start giving tours. And so over the period of 15 years, we had about 15,000 kids come out, and we gave them Kool-Aid and cookies and always gave them a little small plant to take back, and it was fun. Vincamola Road was built by my father and my 2 brothers and I. And because we were having to come in off that sandy road and get stuck all the time, and it made a quarter of a mile road, or a half a mile road, almost a mile to get in because it was so twisty. So Dad struck out along the lot line of some properties, and we had a farm tractor and a grader, and we built the road over many weekends. And then after the road was built, Dad went to the county and says, "Gosh, I built a nice road and I ran into a canal." So the county came along and put in a 16-foot wooden bridge. And about 3 weeks later, we had a large rain and there was about 2 foot of water in the road, so Dad went back to the county commission. He says, got a nice road, nice bridge, and 2 foot of water. I'm having to drive back and forth with my tractor. So the county came out at that point and filled the swale with rock, and then they dedicated it to my dad's name. That's how the road was built. That's how it happened to be named Vinkemulder Road. The business started with a Nash Rambler and a 4x6 trailer and $135 we got on our honeymoon trip, on our wedding trip. And it evolved into a medium-sized company with a half a dozen Kubota tractors and half a dozen trucks. And up till last year we had 35 employees. And it evolved just by doing good work and getting recommended. We've done very little advertising over the years because our advertising was our good work and people recommending us. We landscaped the township back in '79. That was the first project. The township, which is now where the community center or the theater is, that was Minto's office to start with. And then we started doing the township condominiums and single-family homes. We did couple thousand homes in the township before we went on up to Boca Raton, then Delray, then Boynton, then Wellington. I haven't thought about retiring because I enjoy what I'm doing and I feel the service to others. And it's probably a little bit of ego involved. I love to do the design work. I love the small jobs better than the big jobs, actually, because there's more creative. So that keeps me going. If I hadn't been a landscaper, I would have pursued anything in the agriculture business, another type of farm. Fact is, Whitworth Farms, John Whitworth, wanted me to go farming with him, and I said, no, I need that $200 a month. That's what I was making back in 1952. So things have changed a lot. Young people don't realize how good they've got it, even though things cost more too. I'm very happy to let you know that this is our 50th year in business and our 50th year in marriage. And my life's been very rewarding in the nursery and landscape business. I couldn't think of anything I'd rather have done.